Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Shyama Sundar, Radha Shyama Sundar Radhe. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai. Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Gora Nitai, Jaya Gora Nitai, Jaya Gora Nitai, Jaya Gora Nitai. Jaya Gora Nitai, Jaya Gora Nitai, Jaya Gora Nitai, Jaya Gora Nitai. Viva Jaya, Jaya Gora Chande, Arati Koshoba, Jaya. Janavi Tatavane Jagamanalobha Nibadaki ne nitai cha Bame gadadhara Ikate advaita shrini Vasa chatradara Maboshi Yache Korachan Ratna Simhasane Shi Arati Korena Brahma Adi Devagane Nibanara Hari Adi Kori Chamara Dulaya Nara Sanjaya Mukunda Basu Goshadigaya Nibashanka Baje Kanta Baje Baje Karatala Kanta Adura Mridanga Baje Paramarasala Shanka Baje Kanta Baje Madur 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 Baje 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 Tora Haribo 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 Nitai Tora Haribo 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 Nibabahu Koti Chandrajini Madana Ujvala Ala Deshe Panamala Ore Jalamala Niba Shiva Shuka Narada Preme Gada Gada Akativi Noda Deke Korara Sampada Nibajaya Jaya Rachande Arati Koshoba Ajaya Jaya Arati Chana Bitata Bane Jagamanaloba Orangera Rotika Shoba Jagajana Manaloba 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 Tagora Haribo, 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 Haribo. Ni Thai Gora Haribo, 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 Haribo. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Saya Bhutan Pratim Vedanta Amitina Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschacha Deshatarine Namaste Saraswati Devani Pracharine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Go Bhakta Vrinda Shri Ayashi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Go Bhakta Vrinda Yashi Ayashi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Go Bhakta Vrinda Yashi Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Shama Sundar, Radha Shama Sundar Radhe. Jaya Radha Shama Sundar, Radha Shama Sundar Shri Radhe. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Gora Nitai, Jaya Gora Nitai, Jaya Gora Nitai, Jaya Gora Nitai. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Haribo, 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 Haribo. Me Thai Gora Haribo, 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 Haribo. Gora Premanande Haribo.
Jayam Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Parikacharya Asata Shrimad. Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Jayam Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Parikacharya Asata Shrimad. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnavindi Ki. Namachara Srila Haridas Thakur Ki. Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Sham Kun Radha Kun Gita Govardhan Ki. Prem Shri Gaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhakta Vindi Ki. Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki. Samaveda Bhakti Vindi Ki. Ganga Mai Ki. Jamuna Mai Ki. Vindavi Nami Ki. Maya Pordami Ki. Jagannath Puri Ki. Transcendental Book Distribution Ki. Hari Nam Sankirtan Ki. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees and all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga.
Let me see. Okay. Okay. Three. Namaste Narasimhaya. Daine. Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. Shiladanganakalaya. Ito Narsema Bharado Narsema. Yato yato yami tato Narsema. He Narsimho Redaye Narsimho. Narasimha Madem Sharanam Prapade. Tavakara Kamalavare Naka Adhuta Shenga Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanobre Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare. No, I think do the whole thing. And then we can do J and I didn't mean do the whole thing. I'm a part of the CNJ. Tavakara Kamalavare Naka Adhuta Shenga Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanobrenga Shavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare. No. Jaya Prabhu. Jaya Prabhu. And then I finished Jaya Guru. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Second to close now.
जय नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय, प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, प्रभुपाद की जय।
Stay here, don't stay. Hare Krishna. A very quick announcement. So we're very happy with our Sunday school children. You see, Abraham and Govind, they sang so nicely, the nourishing of prayer. So this is what in Sunday school. And at home also they learn the culture, the Sanskriti, right? The tradition. So we have also this little child. She's 9 years old, Kamakshi. She's the child of Vijay Prabhu and Nitya Mata. So she has a habit of knitting. She has learned knitting. And crocheting, she says, knitting and crocheting. And she used this talent of hers to make socks for Srila Prabhupada. So this is what this child has made. So we'll request now, you please offer it to our temple president, Madhupati Prabhu, and on your behalf, he will offer it to Srila Prabhupada. Offer your obeisance. Offer your obeisance. Hare Krishna. So if you have your child, any interest that he or she has can be used in the service of Prabhupada and the deities. Also, incidentally, on Thursday, which was Nityanand Appearance Day, she, her sisters, and her mother, they went to the nursing home where one of our devotees is recovering, and they went and sang Kirtan for him. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for coming. So in the mood, just few days back, we had Lord Nityananda Tradasi. Nityananda Ram ki jai. So we are going to sing some bhajan. And then we'll talk about a little bit about Lord Nityananda today. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya kara more Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya kar mare. तुम बिन के दयालु जगत संसारे पतित पावन हेतु तव अवतारा पतित पावन हेतु तव अवतारा मौसम पतिता प्रभु न पाइबे आरा आहा प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखी आहा प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखी कृपा बलकाना करा আমি বড় দুঃখে কৃপা বলকানা করা আমি বড় দুঃখে दया करो सीतापति अद्वैत गोसाई दया करो सीतापति अद्वैत गोसाई तब कृपा बोले पाय चैतन्य निताय आहार स्वरूप सनातन रूपा रघुनाथ आहार स्वरूप सनातन रूपा रघुनाथ बट जुग श्री जीवा प्रभु लोकनाथ दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास रामचंद्र संग मंगल नरोत्तम दास रामचंद्र संग नरोत्तम दास हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे जय नित्यानंद राम 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 जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय और प्रेमानंदी Jaya Vishnupad Paramahansa Pravachikacharya Stotra Sada His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande. Our glories to assembled devotees. Our glories to assembled devotees. Our glories to assembled devotees. Our glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna Krishna Putra Gurdas Jai Dvaita Swami Hare Krishna. Jai. So, discussing about Lord Nityananda. So, it's mentioned in Chaitanya Chaitamrita and Padma Puran also. Right? Where, what is that verse? Jai, Hari Hari. Balam Holo Nitai. So, what's the starting line? Hari Bol, Jai. Nityananda Ram is taking all the things. Sachi Sutta Holo Sai. Yeah, just forgetting the starting line. Nobody knows about it. Hari Bol. Balram Holo Nitai. Dina Hina Jata Shilo. Hari Name Udarilo. Tara Shaki. Jagai Madai. So, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna, Nahi Anya. Right. So the Lord appears in Kali Yuga as Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Right. Yeah. Still forgetting that verse. Yeah. So, Brajendra Dandana Hoi, Sachi Sutta Hoilo Sai, Balram Hoilo Nitai. Dina Hina Jata Shilo, Hari Name Udarilo, Tara Shakshi, Jagai Mudai. Brajendra Nandana Hoi, Sachi Sutta Hoilo Sai. Brajendra Nandana, right? Brajendra Nandan, Krishna, not different than Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So Gauranga Mahaprabhu appears as combined incarnation of Radha Krishna, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahi Anya, right? And Lord Nityananda is non-different than Lord Balaram, right? He's non-different than Lord Balaram. So the special mercy in this age, and only in now we have this Chatur Yuga cycle of Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga, right? 4 cycles in Yuga cycle. In one day of Lord Brahma, there is close to 1,000 Yuga cycles. So there are 1,000 Kali Yugas. Right? But Gauranga Mahaprabhu appears only in one Kali Yuga. Right. Whenever Lord Krishna appears in that Dwapara Yuga, that immediately following that Kali Yuga, Gauranga Mahaprabhu appears. So it's a very rare occasion. So Krishna Vanam Tvisha Akrishnam Sangopanga Astra Parsadai Yagyai Sankitan Prai Yajanti Isu Medasa. Intelligent persons will worship that Supreme Lord, Krishna Vanam. Right, is Krishna. But the form is Krishna. He's not coming as Shyam, blackish complexion. He's coming in golden complexion. Sangha Pangastra Parsadai. Means in each and every incarnation, the Lord appears with weapons. Right. Here he appears with his associates. Right. To establish the Yuga Dharma for this age. And this Yuga Dharma for this age is to establish the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Right. And in Kali Yuga, means the natural characteristics of consciousness in Kali Yuga is quarrel and hypocrisy. Right? Quarrel and hypocrisy. The mind is always disturbed. So the only way of deliverance in this age is chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Right? Only way of deliverance. In Satya Yuga, they can, the way of deliverance is meditation. Right? In meditation, people can meditate for thousands of years and they can go back to Godhead. Meditate on the Supreme Lord. In Treta Yuga is elaborate yagyas. In Dwapara Yuga it is deity worship. In Kali Yuga it is chanting of the holy name of the Lord. No rules and regulations required for chanting of the holy name of the Lord. You can do it anytime, anywhere, any place. Right. Chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Right. So when the Lord appears to establish that mission, he appears with all his associates. So Lord Balram, as Lord Nityananda also appears. He appears 12 years before the Lord's appearance. 12 years before the Lord's appearance. In a place called Ekachakra Dham. In a place called Ekachakra Dham. Right, Eka Chakra. And we'll hear the significance of Eka Chakra in the slides also, following the lecture for 10 minutes. As a son of Hadai Pandit and Mother Padmavati. As a son of Hadai Pandit and Mother Padmavati. Right. And we see that from the very childhood, Lord Nityananda, right, was completely absorbed in enacting the pastimes of the Supreme Lord. From the very childhood. In our Sunday school, we see children performing various dramas to enact the pastimes of the Supreme Lord. But Lord Nityananda would also similarly enact the pastimes of the Supreme Lord, and somehow he will remember each and every line, right? When our Sunday school children will enact the pastimes, Hari Kisha Prabhu sometimes will have the recordings of that. And the recording will go on and they will do a lip service. Right? But here, spontaneously, Lord Nityananda will recite the pastimes and the lines for the drama. And various pastimes. Right? A pastime, and you get so much absorbed in that particular pastime in action. Right? A pastime where, the weapon of Ravan makes Lakshman unconscious, and Lord Nityananda is performing, his pastime as Lord Lakshman, right? Because he appeared as Lord Balram, as the elder brother of Lord Krishna. And In past times of Lord Ramachandra, he appeared as Lakshman, right? Lakshman. And he becomes unconscious. And everybody, is feeling, oh, what happened? What happened? He's lost alive, lost alive. The person enacting the pastime of Hanuman even forgets that what he has to do, right? Well, suddenly someone remembers, oh, maybe, you have to bring the Ganga Madan mountain, right? And they immediately send Hanumanji, the person acting as Hanuman, to bring the mountain. The mountain is brought, the herbs are given, and he comes back into consciousness. So he's completely so absorbed in enacting the pastime that he forgets the externals. And then we see a sannyasi comes asking from Hadai Pandit that I need something from you. Haripan says, yes, yes. Now, the Vedic culture is you greet the sannyasi, serve them nicely, and be ready to offer them anything for their own, for the comforts, for ultimately, because the sannyasis meant, they'll be traveling around to preach the science of Krishna consciousness. So whatever is needed for the needs to fulfill their mission, the grahastha, right, performs that. And sannyasi, I don't need any money, I don't need any comforts from you. I just need your child to accompany me. Right? Child to accompany me. He was 12 years old, right? And suddenly we see that Hadai Pandit, just like Dashrath Maharaj, the moment he hears from Kaikai that for 14 years Lord Ramachandra has to be sent to exile, he loses his consciousness. Similar state, Hadai Pandit goes through. And ultimately, both Hadai Pandit and Mother Padmavati comes to terms that Lord Nityananda go with the sannyasi. It's mentioned someplace that sannyasi Lakshmipati Tirtha. Later on, Lord Nityananda gets initiated by Lakshmipati Tirtha in the science of Krishna consciousness. Lakshmipati Tirtha is a senior disciple of Lakshmipati Tirtha is Madhavendra Puri, right? Senior disciple of Lakshmipati Tirtha. That's why at many times we see Lord Nityananda is also considered, because he has that reverence. Madhavendra Puri is his instructing spiritual master. And Madhavendra Puri is also the spiritual master of Advaita Acharya and many associates. He's the one in our parampara, he establishes the seed of worship of Radha Krishna, right? To give the love of Radha Krishna. And Lord Nityananda visits different pilgrimage places, right? And then he goes to Vrindavan. Right? A place in Vrindavan called Shringar Vatta. And he's absorbed in the pastimes, and he sees that, okay, Gauranga Mahaprabhu at that time has appeared in Nadia, Mahapur Yogapidda, and still he's going through his childhood pastimes, and the moment he starts beginning his Sankirtan pastimes, Lord Nityananda thinks, now is the time to join Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So he comes to Navadvip, Mahapur, right? And there he goes to Nandanacharya Prabhu's house, very close to our Mayapur temple, Siddha Mayapur temple. Very close to that is Nandanacharya Prabhu's house. And he goes there to Nandanacharya Prabhu's house, and Gauranga Mahaprabhu immediately fills, right? Immediately fills. that his divine personality has come. So next day he sends Haridas, right, Shivash, to go out and search for this divine personality. And they search everywhere. They could not find. And he said, oh, okay, I will lead you to the divine personality. And he goes with all of them. And they come to Nandanacharya Prabhu's house. Right. And there the meeting of Lord Nityananda and Gauranga Mahaprabhu happens. They meet for the first time, they embrace each other. Both of them loses consciousness, they're so absorbed in ecstasy. Right. And Nityananda Prabhu at that time is considered as more as Avadut. Right, Avadut. Just like we see Sukdev Goswami is Avadut. Right, I mean, says does not care about what he is wearing. At times, will just not wear anything and walk. Right, he was Avadut. And he goes with Mahaprabhu at Mahaprabhu's place, and Sachi Mata, the mother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right, immediately has that feeling of her, that Lord Nityananda is her elder son, right? Vishwarupa, elder son, who had left a few years back towards Pandharpur, and there it's mentioned that Pandharpur he got merged when Lord Nityananda appeared. He merged in the body of Lord Nityananda. Right. So she immediately feels that ecstasy. Right. And there she is worshipping daily. Which deities is Sachimata worshipping? Which question? She is daily worshipping Krishna Balaram. Right. She is daily worshipping Krishna Balaram, the deities of Mother Sachi. And Lord Nityananda, he conversing with the deities, with Lord Balaram. That words, your time is up. Right. This is the time of Mahaprabhu. Right. And it's mentioned that the deities had a fight with, and Lord Nityananda fought with the deity, or Lord Balaram. Your time is up. And they said, no. And Lord Nityananda means he is also Nityananda Ram, who is non-different than Balaram. Right. Yeah. So that pastime also happens at Sachimata's home. And then he joins the Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan movement. He's there with Mahaprabhu when Mahaprabhu also takes sannyas at a very young age, right? And after taking sannyas, he goes to Jagannath Puri, right? Jagannath Puri. With the consideration that, if he goes to Jagannath Puri instead of Vrindavan, he will near Mother Sachi. Right? He will be near Mother Sachi. Yeah. So with that consideration, Mahaprabhu goes to Jagannath Puri, and Lord Nityananda also follows. And Mahaprabhu tells him that, if you are also with me here, right, then how will the preaching go on in Bengal? Right. And tells him to enter Grahastha life and live his Avadut life. And Lord Nityananda gets married to the two daughters of Suryakant Sarkela, brother of Gauri Das Pandit, right? Brother Gauri Das Pandit, who also was a close associate of Mahaprabhu. Janava and Vishuddha were not different than Rohini and Varuni. Yeah, not different than Rohini and Varuni. Yeah. And we see there Lord Mother Janava gives birth. No, Vishuddha gives birth to son Virachandra, son of Lord Nityananda, and Gangamata Goswamini, daughter. And later on she lives, and both of Virachandra and Gangamata Goswamini are brought up by Mother Janava. And Mother Janava is also considered very, very senior, right? Vaishnavini, right? Yeah. So Lord Nityananda in that way performs various pastimes of helping Mahaprabhu's movement at each and every year with the devotees of Bengal. He goes to Puri and joins in Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan movement. Also participates in the Rath Yatra every year with Mahaprabhu. And joins everybody in this movement of Harinam, chanting of the holy name of the Lord. He also initiates Raghunath Das Goswami. Right. We have this wonderful festival of Panihati. Right. We observe every year this Panihati festival, where ultimately, it's Lord Nityananda. Raghunath Das Goswami's son, that's Lord Nityananda. And he makes him serve all the Vaishnavas. And you just serve all the Vaishnavas. Because only by the mercy of the Vaishnavas, one can get the mercy of the spiritual master. And only by the mercy of the spiritual master, one can get the mercy of Mahaprabhu. And after serving all the Vaishnavas, Lord Nityananda personally puts his feet on the head of Raghunath Das Goswami, giving his mercy. And so much so that Raghunath Das Goswami there itself in that Panihati festival can see by the mercy of Lord Nityananda, Mahaprabhu. Right. And then he joins Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Puri. Right. Where there is also further pastor of Raghunath Das Goswami. Right. So in that way, even while the Sankirtan movement, in spreading the Sankirtan movement in Navadvip, along with Haridas Thakur, he goes door to door. Right? He goes door to door, requesting everybody to. Mahaprabhu tells him, oh, you spread the holy name of the Lord. You spread the holy name of the Lord. What does Lord Nityananda do? He tells them, everybody to chant. What does he tell them to chant? Mahaprabhu's name. Bhajo Gauranga, Raho Gauranga, Kaho Gaurangir Namare. He tells them to chant Mahaprabhu's name. By chanting Mahaprabhu's name, you'll get the mercy of Radha and Krishna. By chanting Mahaprabhu's name, you'll get the mercy of Radha Krishna. Chant the name of Mahaprabhu. Right. Bhajo Gauranga, Raho Gauranga, Kaho Gaurangir Namare. Yeah. Was somebody singing the second line? Somebody the mic. You mic too. Shrimati Mataji can sing.
मुझे कहा था भज गौरंगा वह गौरंगा लह गौरंगेरा
हमारे
जे जन गौरंगा से हमारा प्राण रे भज गौरंगा कह गौरंगा गौरंगा भजिले गौरंगा जपिले होय दुखेरा आभासना रे. Chanting Gauranga, go out with your arms raised, dancing and dancing. By chanting Gauranga and worshipping him, one's miseries will end.
जय गौरांगा महाप्रभु की जय, नित्यानंद राम की जय. And in that mood, he comes to Jagai and Madai, who at that time were considered the most fallen, completely intoxicated, breaking all four negative principles, right? And abusing others, Vaishnavas, sadhus, right? And he's requesting them, oh, take this holy name of the Lord, take this, chant the names of Gauranga, chant the names of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And they're pushing him out, go away. Right? So much so that they run after him. Right? And Haridas Thakur, both of them flee, and Haridas Thakur kind of say, well, I don't want to go with this partner. You know, that he's going to meet all these ruffians who are ready to attack. Right? But then Lord Nityananda feels that, oh, if they become devotees of the Lord, the name of the mission of Mahaprabhu will get such a boost that even the most patita took to the holy name of the Lord. Right? So he again goes next day to convince him, please, please, pleads them, please, take to this holy name of the Lord. And what does Madai do? He takes the earthen pot and hits Lord Nityananda. Right? Hits Lord Nityananda. And immediately we see news comes to Mahaprabhu, he immediately goes there, immediately invokes his Sudarshan Chakra to sever the head of Madai. Only by the request of Lord Nityananda, he stops Mahaprabhu that, oh, if you kill them, you will have to kill each and every one in Kali Yuga. Because everybody is coming with that kind of consciousness. Right? Everybody is coming with that kind of consciousness, enjoying tendency, sense gratification. Right? That they like satisfying their senses so much, not thinking that the senses are meant to satisfy. The controller of the senses, Rishikesha. Right? Rishikesha, Sevanam Bhakti Uttamam. You will have to kill all of them. Right? So he stops them, and seeing the compassion of Lord Nityananda, though he is being hit by the other pot of Madai, both, Mahaprabhu does not, the Sudarshan Chakra goes elsewhere, Mahaprabhu forgives them, both Jagai and Madai take shelter of Mahaprabhu. Take shelter of Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu, on the request of Lord Nityananda, forgives them. On the request of Mahaprabhu, they forgives them. On the request of Lord Nityananda, forgives them. And later on, we see Jagai and Madai becomes Jagadananda and Madhavananda. And what was the duty? Cleaning the ghat. That all these sadhus, Vaishnavas will come to the ghat to bathe in the Ganges. And daily they will offer them obeisances and clean the ghat. And every day they were chanting how many rounds of the holy name? 192 rounds. Every day. 192 rounds they were chanting of the holy name. So that's the mercy of Lord Nityananda, that the most fallen Jagai and Madai. Dina hina jatashilo hariname udarilo. Tara shakhi Jagai Madai. Right? Hariname udarilo, that by Harinam, their life completely got transformed into these Vaishnavas from the most ruffians. And who were Jagai Madai? In the 3 lifetimes before, they were Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, Ravan and Kumbhakarna, and Shishupal and Dantavakra. So, no means Jai and Vijay were given only these 3 lifetimes to become demons. But then they said, oh, no means this Mahaprabhu is appearing, the most merciful incarnation is appearing. We also want to join in their pastimes. And they come as Jagai and Madai. They come as Jagai and Madai. And they go back to Godhead, resuming their services, Jai Vijay, after that life. So that's also the mercy of Lord Nityananda. And later on, we see in the past times also some slides here, where in Ekachakra Dham, there is the deities of Bankim Rai deities. Let's go to some past times. So Mahaprabhu appears, Panchatattva, what is that? Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhakta Avtaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Saktikam. Right? So this Supreme Absolute Truth appears into 5 forms. Panchatattvam Krishnam. Right? So he appears as the devotee incarnation, the devotee Swarupa, as Advaita Acharya. The devotees, right? Expansion as Shivas Pandit. And devotees, pure devotee as Shivas Pandit, and devotee Sakti as Gadadhar Pandit. So that's the Pancha Tattva, as we see on the altar, on Gwarnitai altar, on the bottom, we see the Pancha Tattva deities made in the same Pancha Dhatu, Asta Dhatu of Mayapur deities. And right from the beginning of our Yatra from 2004, they appeared in the Yatra. Pancha Tattva ki jai. This is Lord Nityananda in Siddha Mayapur. Nityananda Ram ki jai. Brajendra Nandana hoi, Sachi Sutta hoilo sai, Balram hoilo nitai, Dina ina jatashilo, Hariname udar. Sri Krishna Navdipe, Sri Chaitanya Chandra, Sai Balram Sange, Sri Nityananda, Pramadilila 5-6. Ooh. Yeah, the causeless mercy of, without the causeless mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, one cannot enter into the efforts of Radha and Krishna, right? So one cannot get the mercy of Gauranga Mahaprabhu without the mercy of Lord Nityananda. And without the mercy of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, one cannot get the mercy of Radha and Krishna, right? That's why worshipping Lord Nityananda is so important. He represents the original Guru Tattva, spiritual master. Original spiritual master is Lord Nityananda. Right. Yeah. Our Srila Prabhupada in our yatra also appeared on Nityananda Tradasi. In our yatra, Srila Prabhupada also appeared on Nityananda Tradasi in Old Bridge. He appeared on Lord Nityananda Tradasi. Yeah. So we see this pastime of Lord Krishna had taken a vow that he will not take weapons, and Bhishma Pitama one day he makes him take the weapon. But Arjuna does not want him to break the vow, so he holds him, don't. Otherwise, Bhishma Pitama that day was fighting so valiantly that he would finish Arjuna. So Krishna could not bear his devotee go through that, so immediately he takes the chakra of the chariot which Bhishma Pitama's arrows had broken. And immediately with the chariot, he comes hurling towards Bhishma Pitama, also fulfilling the desire of Bhishma Pitama. Right. That he wanted to see Krishna in that chivalrous form. That was the desire of Bhishma Pitama as a devotee, as a Satriya. Wanted to see Krishna in chivalrous form. So immediately takes a weapon, coming hurling towards that. And then Arjuna stops. So what happens to that chakra? That chakra goes to Shri Radha Shyam Sundar ki jai. Shri Jagannath Bala Subhadra Mai ki jai. Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Shri Panchatattva ki jai. That chakra goes to Eka Chakra, where ultimately Lord Nityananda appears. That's why Eka Chakra, no, it's Eka Chakra. Chakra means wheel. Eka, one. And that's why in the same place, Eka Chakra, the Pandavas, in their 1 year of disguise, they go to Eka Chakra place. Their entire pastime of staying near a Brahmana's, next to Brahmana's place, where in that particular village there was this demon Bakasur, where for Bakasur's diet, every day one villager has to go. And now there was a turn of the Brahmana's family. And then everybody is saying, oh, no, you don't have to go, I will go. And Mother Kunti says, oh, why only you? We are your, I have 5 sons, you have only 1 son. One of my son will go. And whom does he send? Bhima. Right. And Bhima kills Bakasur. Right, he kills Bakasur. So this Nityananda Janmastan, this is the Garbhavas or Sutika Mandir where Lord Nityananda appears as a son of Mother Padmavati. The umbilical cord is also right there in the lake near Nityananda's, this Hadai Pandit's house. That's the deities there, the house. Right, Nitai Kunda. Right. Nari, Nota, Amarapita, Lord's umbilical cord, Samadhi. Right, the umbilical cord which is cut is kind of buried here. Antugada or Janu Kund, where he invokes all the holy rivers. That you don't have to go to all these holy rivers, but you just take bath here and you will get the same benefit. Just like we have that in Vrindavan Dham. Lord Krishna, when Nanda Maharaj and all had wanted to go to all these holy places, he invoked all of them right there in Nandagaon. Right there in Nandagaon, he invoked them and there's a kund there. So that's Santugada Janu Kund. Yamuna, which also appears here as Mandeshwara river. Moreshwar Shiva temple is there. Wherever there is a holy place. Lord Shiva comes as a protector of that holy place. So here he comes as Moreshwar Shiva. This is the Pandav where the Pandavas in disguise stayed. See, there are 5 trees. Pandav, this is the broken ruins of that particular hermitage in which they stayed. Vyasdev meeting the Pandavas there, telling them to go to, ultimately, that from the disguise they can go to Drupad's kingdom from here. Bhima killing Bakasur. Bakasur's kneecap, right? That also is there, which Bhima breaks, right? Mother Kunti, the deep which she used to use to offer, that's also there at that particular place. Yeah. So see Radha Krishna deities at Pandav Tala. Yeah, Bakula Tala. Yes. And this is the Bankim Rai deities. This is no Sri Gaur Nityananda, Krishna Balaram and Sadbhuj Gauranga at Kadamakhandi. That's also a holy place near Lord Nityananda's birthplace. Ooh. This is the Bankim Rai deities, in which Lord Nityananda, when the time came where he had to, after Mahaprabhu leaves, right, Nityananda merges into this deity, Bankim Rai deity. And Mahaprabhu merges into Tota Gopinath deities in Puri. Yeah, so Bankim Rai deities with Radharani and Janua Mata, that's also there in Ekachakradham. This is Lord Nityananda before taking Jiva Goswami, right, to Mayapur Dham. Jiva Goswami was there, where he's mentioning about this Adbhut Mandir, right? This Adbhut Mandir which will appear in Mayapur, which is temple of Vedic planetarium, which Srila Prabhupada had that vision in during his time in Mayapur, he had that vision and he instructed Amrish Prabhu, right? That's pretty soon manifesting in big way. There's a lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, lotus hands. Raghunath Das Goswami meets Lord Nityananda at Panihati. Yeah. This is another pastime of Lord Nityananda. Nityananda Rama Ki Jai. We have only a couple of minutes. Does anybody have any questions, discussion, reflection? Hey, Naman Prabhu here? Or you